Hello guys, welcome back to the Live What Next channel. It's still your favorite host Shaliwa, and on this particular episode I shall be talking about a very important secret to success, which I consider one of the top most secrets to success, which is time management. Please do well to watch to the end to gain more knowledge on how to run your day-to-day activities. It's like going to be very beneficial, so try your best to watch till the end. So yes, time management is the process of organizing and dividing our time into different activities. Like, it really is a very important role in our life and a very important point and a very important key in our lives. Time management for me is an important key to success. Yes, it's like one of the most important keys to success. Without time management, we are not able to achieve our goals. We are not able to do our activities to our optimum best. So I think with time management, you are able to do a lot of things and achieve your goal. So before I continue, if you are new here and then you've not subscribed to my channel, do well to subscribe to my channel. So for me, I think my time management is very important because as a student, you have a lot of things to do. You just don't get up in the morning and then you don't have a plan for the day. That's very bad. I know some of us have resumed and some people are still going due to ASU strike. Nevertheless, you should still consider or you should still take your time management as very important. Some people are working, some people are doing their business. So I think whether you're a student, you're a teacher, you are an adult, please take your time management is very important, and please do well to watch till the end of this video to get more info on time management. So personally, I can't do anything in a day without planning my time. I just don't get up on my bed and say, oh, today I don't know what to do. I always plan my time ahead of the day. I might not necessarily have to take a timetable and then write it, but I know when I wake up, this is what I want to do. I know I have this particular class and what I want to do after the class. So I think it's still part of time management, and doing that, it helps me achieve my goal. It helps me reduce time wastage. Like we don't know the value of what we have until we lose it. We have 24 hours in a day, so by the time you waste 3 hours of it, when you waste, you always end up regretting it. For me, I really do regret when I waste my time a lot. Like, it's not me doing something and then I try to do something else. So like when I realize, oh, this particular time is gone, I can't get it back, it's always hurts me a lot. So if you are here and you've not started taking your time management, very important. I think from this video you should actually consider taking your time management very important. It's really a very important key to success, so please do well to take your time management very important. So yes, 5 key elements to time management. Number 1, be intentional. Keep a to-do list. It really helps you organize yourself very well. It really helps you. Like when you wake up today, you don't necessarily need to write it down. It should be in your head. And now all of us have smartphones. You can just simply keep, like, just write it in your phone, like this. When I wake up, I want to do this, and things you have to do. It helps us achieve our goal. So I think we should all keep a to-do list, whether you're students, adults, you are working, you are the CEO. I think we should all try to keep a to-do list. It helps us to navigate what we are doing, what we want to achieve before the end of the day, or even before the end of the week. I think it's really very important. Number 2, be prioritized, which means you should always rank your tasks in order of important. In economics, there's something we call opportunity cost and scale of preference. Like relating it to this time management, I'll say scale of preference should be your activities in order of their importance. Like, okay, as a student now, let's say for a day, my activities are watch movie, read my book, wash my clothes. So if I want to put it in scale of preference, I'll first say read my book, then wash my clothes, then watch movies. So that's like scale of preference. It helps you arrange your activities in order of importance. And then opportunity cost for me, relating to this time management, will be an activity you can forgo in order to achieve a more important one. So between washing my clothes and then reading my book, which one would I want to do? I would really love to read my book so I can forgo washing my clothes, so far I have plenty of clothes in my cupboard. So yes, so that's like an opportunity forgone. That's the opportunity cost, which is the washing of my clothes. So I think we should all try to keep scale of preference while you're keeping a to-do list. You should always rank your activities based on importance, which one is important to you, and then it's like even if you don't end up achieving all your activities in a day, at least you've done the important ones. I think that's so. Please, in as much as you're keeping a to-do list, try to scale it based on preferences, based on importance, based on the ones that are important. To be focused in this world today, especially students, we are so distracted. Like it's very rare for you to find somebody that will say, oh, I was reading for 2 hours without getting distracted. That's a lie, because you have your phone. It's like, okay, if you don't go with your phone, or if you switch off your phone, yes, you can actually try to like read for like 2 hours. You zone out because it's stressful reading for 2 hours, no break. So let's try to be focused. We can try to take breaks in between our studying. It's not be studying for 2 hours. I feel that's not efficient. You can study for like 30 minutes, take a 5-minute break, study for another 30 minutes and take a 5-minute break. I think that's more efficient than you studying for 2 hours straight. So I think that's what we call Pomodoro techniques, where you take breaks in between every minute or hour you read. So when you add this portion of time you read for, you take a break for this portion of time. If you keep doing that, during that break you can even use it to revise self, not necessarily use it to relax or something. I think it helps you to remember a lot of things you've read, and it helps you not to get overwhelmed. So yes, try to do the Pomodoro sequence, especially if you're a student, you're studying, like it's stressful studying for long hours. So when you do the Pomodoro sequence, it helps you achieve your maximum best. You're able to read for long, and at the same time you're able to even understand and comprehend everything you've learned. And when you are reading, please try to keep an environment where you are comfortable, not too comfortable per se. Like you can't tell me that you're studying on your bed and then you will not even think of falling asleep for once. No, it's not possible. When you're studying on your bed, you want to sleep. Oh, your bed will call you, oh, just sleep for 5 minutes, you wake up and continue. But that should not be the case. You should get a very clean environment and make sure it's tidy. Once the place is untidy, you feel so reluctant to read. You feel so relaxed, and make sure you tidy your reading area, even if you're working. So make sure you tidy. So please, when you're trying to read or when you're working, let's all try to keep our phone off, because you easily get distracted using social media and a lot of pop-up ads and a lot of other things. Okay, for some students you have to use YouTube, but while you are using YouTube, don't get distracted and don't go against the course of your study. So I think that's it for. Yes, please, let's learn to track our time. Ensure you follow your to-do list. If not even all of it, try to make sure you do the important ones. Don't forget the scale of preference and the opportunity cost we learned in the previous point. So you can try to like track it once. Like okay, in your to-do it can be like from 8 to 10 you want to read. Try to even achieve, like manage the time or keep to time. Try to be very close to it. I think it helps us better, because if we're talking about time management and we're not actually considering the time, so what is time management then? What's the time management mean? So let's try to always keep to time. If you're going for an interview and they tell you the interview is 8 o'clock, by 6:50 or 6:30 I expect you to have left your house. If it's like 6:50 or 6, you should have left your house to the office where you want to do the interview. I think it's all part of time management. When you are meant to resume work for 8 o'clock, you should be there by 7:45. If you're meant to go to class 9 o'clock, you should be there. Even if there is another class in that particular lecture, you should be there like 7 or like 10 minutes before the time of the actual class. You should be there and settled, ready for the lecturer. So I think that's all about tracking your time. So how to improve time management skills general. Number one, I'll say start your stacks early. So you want to study and you're telling me if you want to study for 4 hours, so instead of you starting very early and then ending, you will now make it like, okay, if I'm to study for 4 hours now and then I start from 6 to let's say 10 or 6 to, yes, 6 to 10. It's not that's the plan time for that's the plan time my to-do list. So it's not me starting from that 6 to 10. I start moving. Oh, once it's 6:30 I'll start, once it's 7:30 I'll start. Before you know it, you've wasted time. You've actually deviated from the actual time you wanted to start, and then you won't be able to account for the lost time. And then it might be like in the next, after your reading, you have to wash your clothes. So by the time you keep shifting it to get to a point in time where you won't be able to account for the lost time, you won't be able to achieve your goal for that day. But I think we should always stick to time and then start our tasks early. Number 2, give yourself break. Please don't take it upon yourself to learn, work for hours without taking breaks. It's really bad, because you can get overwhelmed, you can be sad, unhappy, but once you give yourself breaks, like after you really take the time to process it, continue again, take time to process it, you feel less overwhelmed doing it that way. But if you now say, no, because I want to study for this exam, I have to read 2 hours straight, like you get so overwhelmed. So please try to take breaks, and that's where the Pomodoro technique comes in. Please, let's all try to do Pomodoro technique. Whether you're a student, I still keep repeating, this video doesn't limit it to being just students. Everybody in general who wishes to learn how to manage their time. So yes, let's learn to do Pomodoro technique, and let's learn to take breaks and rest. It's overwhelming, and then you might not even achieve you say you're reading for 2 hours, and then at the end of the 2 hours you realize that you can't even remember the first thing you learned. That's because you weren't taking breaks to process what you've learned. You were just reading. So yes, number 3, prioritize your tasks. That's when I come again with the opportunity cost and the scale of preference. So let me explain it again. Scale of preference, this is the ranking your order of activity. This is the ranking of your activities in order of importance. Rank your activities in order of what's more important to you. Then scale of that opportunity cost is what you can easily forgo to achieve a more important task, or to do a more important task. So number 4, schedule your tasks and deadlines. When you are keeping a to-do list, I advise to always put a particular time. Okay, I want to read my book 8 to 10. I want to wash my clothes 12 to 10. Put time there, so it makes you more focused. It makes you more it just makes you very, very focused. Like when you keep it to time, you're able to achieve your goal. So number 5, organize your workspace. Whether you are studying, you are working, try to make sure your workspace is very neat. If you are studying in a very dirty environment, disarranged, you won't even achieve your goal. It's more or less like you're pouring water into an empty vessel, because number 1, the space in which you are reading is not comfortable enough. It's just like you reading in a pile of dirt. So if you want to read, or if you want to study, try to keep a clean environment. Try to make sure your study area is organized. Arrange your books. Arrange it. You see, by the time you are studying, it's be flowing. It's not like you want to stop. But when everything, your table is set, you are arranged, like you gonna say you are set. It's really very important, and then it helps us to achieve our goal, it helps us achieve our goal. So number 6, focus on one task at a time. A lot of us try to do, and all I call it I really can't remember. We all try to do 2 or 3 things. Multitasking, yes, we say we are multitasking. Meanwhile, some people, it works for some people fine, and at the same time it doesn't work for some people. If it doesn't work for you, I think you shouldn't do it. You should try to focus on one task at a time, like you reading and at the same time you cooking. You might not even be so concentrated in the book, you won't want your food to burn, so it's like you're in between the two. So if you want to do it, firstly focus on cooking your food, then read. And also, after you finish reading, you've cooked, it's like you just do it one after the other. If you can multitask, some people are very good at multitasking. If you can do it, fine, but if you can't do it, focus on one task at a time. And reinforce your good habits. I feel we should reinforce good habits. Stick to time. Make sure you keep your to-do list. Try to track your time and make sure you make best use of the 24 hours. I wish there was a way we could increase time. I would actually love it to be like it should be more than 24 hours, because I feel 24 hours in a day is too small. When you think of what to do before you sleep, I feel 24 hours is too small, but there's no how we can increase that. With 24 hours, we just have to learn how to manage our time and then use it to the best of our ability. So that's just on time management. And if there's something I've left out or I haven't said, please do not forget to comment in the comment section. It's still your favorite Oshalua, and please, if you are yet to subscribe to my channel, and you subscribe for more information on success, more advice, more a lot of other things. Please do also subscribe. See your favorite host Shalua. See you next time.